The reason why we've got these people here is because things have happened to the people up front, and we're going to get them to explain. And I'm sure a lot of you have had your own personal experiences. One person got scratched, another one has seen, it believes to be an apparition. Another one, we've got a photograph that looks like somebody in a cloak, and you can actually see through it as well. And that was taken in B-Wing, I believe. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the investigator to come forward, and we're going to get the person to talk of their experience, just to let you guys listen. And anybody who wants to see the photograph, we actually have it on camera. We had a locked off camera with a motion trigger sensor, and anything that moves within the cell, it flashes, and we've caught something on our camera as well. And this is away out of from the top level of C-Wing, where we were told a lot. Sorry, D-Wing?
Right back.
Third
level, way at the back of D-Wing.
D-Wing on the left.
Right.
We were told by the tour guide to put a camera in there the night, and we seem to have caught something in there as well. Alright, so who's going first then? Karen, get you to explain first. Just to explain to everybody.
I actually seen a small boy stand at the table. Now it's the first time ever been here. I've been here many times, actually seen a solid apparition of what I believe was Patrick with a wee pig cap. Now Tom seen something very similar, didn't you?
Yeah, once it had been seen, like we were asking questions and the board kept moving towards one corner in particular because we kept saying who you stood beside, and it was Nicola. And then when we asked him to show himself, I seen the silhouette, but it was as if like you could see straight through it, but I seen his smile, and it really creeped me out, like big time. I kind of flipped, turned around,
Made
walked
you
away.
emotional as well, didn't
Yep.
you? You felt a bit emotional
That
about it
was-
too. That was down the other room, the ceiling.
When we were down under the hangman's noose, we tried all our group, and there was 4 lads, 3 girls, touched the glass, and the glass wouldn't move, but once we left it to the girls, it started to move, and I was asking questions, but as soon as I grabbed one of the hands of the girls, it just hit me like an emotion, and I just tears started, and I didn't know what it was, but as soon as I let her go, that was it. And he kept answering the questions towards me, and he was stood beside, the young boy Patrick was stood with the warden, and he also told us that there was someone with him that wouldn't let him go, and that was the reason why he was trying to talk to us. So it was, I mean, I was a skeptic at the start, but now I'm starting to flip. I'll be going home sleeping with the light on tonight. So.
Thank you, Tom.
And we're in the other room where Patrick had died, and there's a wee teddy bear there, and it goes off. Is that for motion detectors?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And when we were leaving the room, we just kept asking him questions, and we're leaving the room. I said, because I was the last one out, so I said to the girl in front of me, "Don't believe me here on my own." She said, "Oh no, I won't." And as soon as we went out, the bear went off. And then we went in the other room, and they were all doing the glass work. And I was speaking to the other fella of our group, and we're just talking away, and then next thing it was silence, and then I just heard a oh, right here at the side of my ear, but it was plain as day, but it wasn't words, but it scared the crap out of me.
Thank you.
Yeah, the tears came, and
Myself and my friend went up to the far end of the tunnel, talking as we went to Sarah and Isabel, and we banged the door, and there was a bit of noise and all the rest of it, but as we were coming back, us being us, it was a Sunday dander, and we felt that somebody was right up behind us, almost pushing, as if to say, "Come along, move." And that was near enough the whole way up till we got back to the group again.
This is Chris, and he's in my group. We were down in the tunnel, and we were actually all at the very bottom end, right beside the main door into the courthouse. And we'd been hearing strange noises, and we'd all been calling out, and you actually started asking for anyone that was there if they could touch you. That was the question you asked. And then what happened?
Yeah, basically we were just sort of standing there, we heard sort of noises, then all of a sudden just sort of felt like a sort of burning in the back of my neck, and I let it go on for maybe 10 seconds, and then obviously because it's dark, couldn't see it, and then the guy sort of turned their light on, a friend turned his light on and said it was all red, and then everyone else was sort of looking at it. This side of my neck where the mark was all red, and this side was freezing because it's cold, and then there's a couple of marks on my back. Sort of felt the same sort of burning up at the sort of middle of my back, and checked it, and there's a couple of marks on my back as well. So.
And I mean, it's not something that happens very often on public events, sure it doesn't. It can happen. We've all probably in the team had scratches or burning. That's how it usually starts as burning and then appears as scratches later on.
Well, it freaked me out because I didn't the most sceptical person about this sort of thing. So
But you've been getting activity all night. It seems to attract
Apparently
you.
so.
So there you go. That's what I'm
so,
So anyway, they were in the cells. I was turning across, and I thought that you were standing behind me, Tim.
Yeah.
And then I shone the torch up. No Tim. So I shone the torch down from here probably to the end of the corridor, and that's B wing, and that's where Tim was standing. Tim came up about 2 minutes later, and he took a photograph. And the photograph that he has, there looks to be, I'm not saying it is, but it looks to be a figure, and it seems to be wearing a cloak, and it's translucent. We can actually see through it. That's very, very strange. So if there's anybody who wants to have a look at that photograph before the end of the night, you're more than welcome. We're going to put it on our Facebook page tomorrow. Well, we're finishing off. We're doing the Walk of Fear, and I have to say I'm proud of the guys because most of them have done it. Some have done it in 2, some have done it in 1s. Sent Tim down. Tim had experienced something. What did you experience?
Well, I got to about a quarter of the way down through the tunnel, and I looked at the Geiger counter, and it went down to 6, and it went actually down to 5 after that. And at that precise time, I stopped, and you started getting this like hair standing in the back of your neck, this sort of tingly sensation. So I carried on, and it wasn't even that you were able to hear somebody behind you. It felt like there was somebody in front of you, and even all around you. And there was sort of you could sort of your eyes, or I don't know, your eyes playing tricks on you. You could sort of see movement.
Yeah.
But it was just a really uneasy feeling, like.
Yeah. Well,
But then once the Geiger counter went back up again, that disappeared.
You were fine.
You were fine.
So the Geiger counter was picking up something that you basically walked into that atmosphere.
Yeah.
That's where you were getting.
It was like it was like walking into a thick fog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you got out of it, it was like cleared.
Yeah. Well, usually when you walk in an environment, the spirit comes close, you get like electricity all through your body.
Yeah.
And that's what sounds to me what you
It was
experienced.
right. It was weird. I have to say, it was really
There you
tingly.
go.
Like.
And that's the Walk of Fear.